Little Ryan had spent all week crafting the perfect surprise for his mom, but by the time she got home, the surprise had vanished. It was the Friday before Mother's Day, and in Ryan's school, the classroom was buzzing with excitement. At the craft table, Ryan carefully strung beads onto stretchy string. Purple, blue, red, yellow. He whispered to himself, "This one's for Mom. She calls me her rainbow, so I'm using every color." He tied it tight, held it up to the light, and smiled. The bracelet sparkled. "It's not perfect," he said, "but it's for me." Later that afternoon, Mom was rushing out to get some groceries. She gave Ryan a kiss. "See you later, my love. I've got a surprise for you," Ryan grinned. "But you have to wait." Mom laughed. "I love surprises." As soon as the door closed, Ryan ran to her desk, placed the bracelet on a note he wrote himself. "Happy Mother's Day, Mom, from Ryan." He stood back and admired it. "She's going to love this," he whispered. Hours passed, the sun began to set, but finally the door creaked open. "Mom!" Ryan yelled, racing down the stairs. Mom barely sat her bag down before he pulled her hand. "Come see, come see." He led her to the desk, pointed proudly, but the bracelet was gone. Ryan blinked. "Wait, I put it right there." Bob looked confused. "Maybe it fell?" They checked the floor, the corners, other papers. Nothing. Ryan's voice dropped. It's it's not here." They began searching, first calmly, then urgently. In the kitchen drawers, in the laundry basket, behind the couch cushions. Then came the false hope. Ryan opened the cereal cupboard. Behind the frosted flakes was something shiny. He gasped. "There it is." He reached in and pulled it out. A gold twisty tie. Ryan slumped. "Oh." In the hallway, Baby Viola, now a bright and giggly 1 year old, toddled past, dragging her purple daycare backpack. It bumped across the floor behind her. She stopped, looked at them, and giggled. Ryan narrowed his eyes. "Viola, what's in your bag?" She babbled and waddled away. He sighed. "Probably snacks and socks again." Mom sat beside him. "Are you sure you put it on the desk?" Ryan looked down. "I think so. I even wrote a note." He stood up. "What if I dropped it on the way to her room?" He followed his path back. Living room, nothing. Bathroom, empty. Then he opened the freezer. Maybe it wanted to chill? Mom burst out laughing. "Only you, Ryan." Still, no bracelets. Meanwhile, in the corner of the living room, Baby Viola had sat down with her backpack like a treasure hunter. She unzipped it and began pulling things out. A crumpled juice box, a baby sock, a spoon, a toy bunny. Then a red crayon, a hairbrush, a toy shovel. Ryan glanced over and raised an eyebrow. "She's unpacking again." Mom picked too. "We should check her bag after this. I wouldn't be surprised if the remote was in there." Viola clapped her hands proudly. And then Ryan's eyes caught something. A glint, a shimmer, something sparkly. He stepped closer. "Viola, is that?" He reached down and slowly pulled something from the pile. It was the bracelet. His bracelet. Ryan's jaw dropped. "You had it this whole time?" Viola squealed like she just won a prize. Mom gasped. "Oh my goodness. You are a little sneaky squirrel, aren't you?" Ryan stared at the bracelet. "I thought I lost it forever." Then he looked at Viola, then at Mom, then at the bracelet. He smiled. "It still found its way back to you." Mom knelt beside him. "It's beautiful, Ryan. I love it." He slips the bracelet on her wrist. Happy Mother's Day, Mom. Then he turned to Viola. Next week, I'm making one for you too, okay? Viola babbled something that sounded like, okay, then dropped a crayon back into her bag. Mom smiled. She's always collecting treasures. That backpack is basically a mystery box. Viola giggled again and mumbled something that sounded oddly like, Happy Mother's Day, Mom. Ryan laughed. Did she just say Happy Mother's Day? Mom chuckled, tears in her eyes. Close enough. And just like that, Viola zipped her bag closed, hoisted it onto her back, and waddled off toward the living room, off to find her next mystery. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment, like, and subscribe. And remember, The Adventures of Little Ryan book series is now selling on Amazon. Click the link in the bio of this page or in the video description below to purchase. And we will see you next time on The Adventures of Little Ryan. Weeks passed since Little Ryan solved the great bracelet mystery. The one where baby Viola stickily hid Mom's Mother's Day gift in her daycare backpack like it was top secret. The bracelet had been found. Mom had cried happy tears, and Viola, she went straight back to collecting random treasures like nothing ever happened. Now, little Ryan had become the official detective of the house. He made himself a badge, carried his magnifying glass like it was glued to his hand, and wrote Detective Ryan's notebook in big blue letters on the front of his old school journal. He thought his work was done until one chilly morning when another mystery began. Mom stood in the hallway, barefoot, looking around. Ryan, she called, has anyone seen my slippers? Ryan blinked from the couch. Weren't they by your bed? They were, she said. Now they are not. Ryan slowly turned his head toward baby Viola, who was waddling past with her bright orange Halloween bucket swinging by the handle. She didn't even look suspicious, which somehow made her even more suspicious. Ryan stood up, grabbed his magnifying glass, and said, Detective Ryan, reporting for duty. He began in Mom's room. No slippers near the bed, not under the bed, not beside the basket. He checked the closet. He even picked in Mom's big tote bag, just in case. Nothing. Then came Viola's giggle. Ryan turned and saw her sitting in the hallway, proudly rummaging through her Halloween bucket like she was hunting for candy. Out came a crumpled sticker, a tiffin ring, a tiny flashlight, and one of Ryan's socks. Then she pulled out a small grey fuzzy shape. Ryan's eyes lit up. A slipper? He rushed over. Nope, it was his old indoor shoe from preschool. He groaned. Viola, your bucket is a trap. Mom walked by and peeked into the bucket. Is that my makeup sponge? Ryan sighed. She's been hiding everything in there. Mom chuckled. Well, I've got 10 minutes before I need to leave for work, and my feet are freezing. You better hurry, detective. Ryan swept the house. Behind the couch, a juice box. In the toy bin, a plastic sandwich. Under the armchair, a sock puppet with no eyes. Finally, he checked the hallway bench, the one where Dad always stuffed random shoes and keys. And there it was, one slipper, slightly squished between a folder and a scarf. He gasped. I've got it. Mom walked in. Yes, good job, Detective Ryan. Ryan held it high. That's one down. Where's sleeper number two? Baby Viola was now dragging her Halloween bucket toward the kitchen. It made a sound as it bounced across the floor. Ryan followed. Viola, don't think I forgot what you did with the bracelet. She stopped, giggled, and tossed a plastic banana into the bucket. Mom pointed to the play corner. Check over there. That's where she's been today. Ryan scanned the toys, stuffed lion, rattle, foam alphabet letters. Then he noticed a small lump under her doll's blanket. He leaned down, lifted the blanket. Sleeper number two, he shouted. Found it. Mom rushed in and laughed. Where was it this time? Ryan held it up. Under her door. Probably thought it was a blanket. Viola clapped and squealed like she had planned the whole thing. Mom slipped both slippers on and sighed in relief. Ah, perfect. Thank you, Detective. Ryan grinned. Another case closed. Viola dragged her bucket back into the hallway, this time with a crayon, a puzzle piece, and something shiny that may or may not belong to Dad. Mom raised an eyebrow. What is she collecting now? Ryan whispered. I don't know, but I'm watching her. And with that, he scribbled something new in his notebook. Suspect now armed with crayons, possible snack smuggler, case pending. Thank you for watching, and remember, The Adventures of Little Ryan book series is now selling on Amazon. Click the link in the bio of this page and the video description to purchase, and we will see you next time on The Adventures of Little Ryan. Wait! Subscribe, like, and leave a beautiful comment below. See you next time.